Our next topic would be update set. So, what is update set means? I'm sharing my screen.
Okay.
I think I have already informed in real time. We will be having three types of instances. One is for development, one is for testing, and last production. So I used to tell whatever the changes we have made here in development environment, that will be moved to test and that will be moved to protect production. Then what is how we can move that from development to test environment? That movement is through update set. First of all, your questions will be like you have been given a requirement. mm, like create a service catalog item, or like whatever we have discussed in last classes. You have here you have only one instance is PDI development instance dev. But for your real time, if that is a requirement in your real time, you will be having three instances, right? You might have developed that in your development instance first. First of all, in development instance, you will do all your coding, all your research work, and that will be like as usual PDI practice things, everything will work there. And we should not touch production environment because end users will be there in production. Consider you are playing PUBG game. PUBG game, you have installed the app, you are playing on your mobile phone. That is a production environment because you are an end user, you have end user access. And backend PUBG developers will be there, right? If at all they do any modification directly in production, that time your game will be affected here when you are playing. That means if they try to practice the things, if they're trying to debug something in production environment directly, your game will be disturbed. Like they're trying to update like shoot sounds. That time, if they do any mistake and shoot sounds in production itself, suddenly that sounds might be disappeared. But you will feel like suddenly what happened? Why the sound is not coming up? But if they practice in development environment first, like what is the requirement, maybe they need to change the sound of that shooting. That time they can practice those things in dev environment first, then they can move it to test environment. Test environment means whoever the people, your customer asking you to fulfill the requirement. I used to say customer will give you requirement, customer will give you requirement. So the customer, the person who is giving you a requirement, that person might be having an access to test instance. They might not having access to dev instance. Dev instance is completely for ServiceNow developers developing activities, and for the test instance is for testing purpose, even for end users. No, sorry, not for end users, stakeholders, the person who is giving you a requirement. So your customer is giving you requirement, so they will be having access to that. So once you develop the coding, like to change the shooting sound, you have done some changes and you have moved the changes to test environment. Then UAT will be scheduled. UAT, user acceptance test. The call will be initiated, and you will explain the details, like how you don't need to explain the coding things, how you have made the changes, but front level whatever the changes are there. Consider the same example. The shoot sound was like this, and you have changed the shoot sound like this. So in your system, you are showing them like this is what I have changed. But they need to check from their end as well, right? So for that, you have given access to them as an test instance. They will practice that. They will check how the shoot is working perfectly or not. They will check for 1 or 2 days of time. If they feel everything is perfect, they will give you go ahead. Then you will have to move that particular update set from test instance to production instance later. Whenever you are moving updates set to production, we should be make sure end users won't be there at the time of movement. That will be like maintenance window every time, like maintenance window, but we cannot call it as maintenance window. Usually during weekends or during Friday after business hours, this update sets will be moved. So if it is 24/7 support, consider PUBG game, that we don't know, right? When players will be off, when players will be there. So it will be 24/7 work for them. They will decide the window when the particular update set should be moved. It cannot be like a moving update set as soon as our work is completed. So development environment, first our work will be done in development, then we will move it to UAT or test instance. There customers will also be customers in the sense client who is giving the requirement. So they are going to be testing for a few days. And if they feel everything is okay, then they'll ask us to move it to production. This is the process usually in real time, how the updates sets are moving. And first of all, what is updates it on how it can be moved, what are all captured here, those things you will see it now. Clear as of now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So for that, I'll just show the product documentation page once. So for the PDA, we have only one instance. So for a testing purpose, I have created one more instance here with the another URL. You might see this page differently. I have configured, so I have working on something else on this, so it is coming up, but please ignore those parts. So here you can see, okay, not this page. So configuring your, what is that form? Service catalog form. So you might be creating variables and workflow, everything. So if that is developed in dev environment, you don't need to configure again in test environment. Whatever the changes you are doing in the system, before going to work on any of the requirement real time, search for local update sets. System update sets is there. Under that local update set is there. Here you can see update sets new. Create new. Here, this is the page where you have to create the update set first. This means this is the place where all the information, configuration changes, enhancement or development activities, whatever the changes you do, those all data will be saved here. So whatever the saving data will be in XML format. So the data, we can just export the data and import the data. Everything will be coming up automatically, the configuration things. We will see how it looks. So the naming will be, sometimes some companies follow some naming conversion, the format, maybe RATM number, whatever the requirement you are going to work on. If that is coming through RITM or that is coming to story, then the story number will be there and the work, the assigned work, whatever the work you are going to do, that will be entered. if your works, if your real time follows any naming conversion, you can see the previous update sets and follow the same naming conversion. For now, I'll just enter the name as demo update set and state should be in progress. Parent means for this particular update set, if we have any other parent as a and any other update set is there as a parent, like this is comes under one specific requirement. Consider um you have a service catalog item at first. You have configured and deployed in production already. After 2 weeks or 1 week of time, again customer has come up with a few modifications on the same form, service catalog form. That time you will create new updates. Every time once the work is completed, the state will go to complete state and it is not a best practice. Once it is go to complete, again make it in progress is not a best practice. The system will give you an option, but it is not a best practice. To create a new updates, it is the best practice. That time you can make a parent, like whatever the first update set you have created, you can make it as a parent, but that is not required in always. You can just see if it is okay to make it parent, you can make it, but this is the best like a mandatory field. Demo updates it. I have named it like this. Release date, if there is any particular release date has given for your particular requirement, or suppose for creating service catalog item, if they have given any deadline to you, that time you can also update the release date here. That is also not mandatory. Then description. This can be filled in. Even though it is not a mandatory, this can be filled in because here you can mention for what reason you are creating this update set. Maybe for capturing so and so service catalog item information. Then if someone comes in to see the update set, they'll come to know, okay, this is created for this purpose. Like that. Description is just like a brief information about what work you are going to do through this update set. So here you can see submit and make current. If you click on submit, just the update set is going to be submitted. The data will be there in the update set, like a new record will be created, but you need to click on submit and make current because whatever the first of all, this is the place where update set you can see. Here you can see default. Default in the sense whatever the modifications we are doing, everything will be saved under default. So this is a system given update set default. So if you do not select any specific update set, it will be captured here in default. And now I am going to create a specific update set here. I am going to click on submit and make current. Now if I refresh, here you can see demo update set. This name is changed. Demo update set is a current one. So if you are working on 3 or 4 requirements at a time, like working on one incident, working on one service catalog, working on some other record producer, that time for each requirement, you will have to create separate update sets. Whatever the data is required for a service catalog item, only those modifications should captured under that particular update set. Suppose you are working on some record producer. You have created an update set called record producer. So whatever the record producer work you do, I will go record producer. Maybe create a change because for this particular record producer, if I make any changes here, like if at all I remove, if I update the name or if I update the short description, updating, if I click on update or save, this will be one modification here. and that modification will be captured under demo update set. When we move this update set, automatically whatever the modification we have done, that will be updated in other instance as well. So that is what I'm telling. If you are using on 3 or 4, if you are working on 3 to 4 requirements, that time you will have to make sure every time you can go and create a new. And if you have multiple update sets, you can just click on submit, not the submit and make current. You can just click on submit. Once you submit, 1 second, I'll create one more thing. Okay, demo update set 2. Now I'll just click on submit. Once it is created, you just need to refresh the page. Now you can see I had selected demo update set is a submit and make current, right? So this is my current update set. And since I submitted another update set, that update set is also there in the list. If you are working on demo update set 1 requirement, that time you need to select this one and capture whatever the modifications required, capture under this particular update set. And this is a another requirement for another update set. That time capture only that related details. Here you can see the pop-up. Your current update set has been changed to this one. And if you see here, whatever is selected, that will be called as current update set. And this symbol is there now. Your current update set. If you click on that, it will automatically take you to the page where update set is created. And here under customer updates, you can see what are all updates are captured. As of now, I didn't capture anything, so it is showing empty. But I'll capture some data here. As of now, clear how we can create a multiple update sets. And we'll have to make sure data shouldn't be overlapped on. Suppose if I am working on record producer with demo update set, update set and catalog item with update set of this one. If I work on record producer but selected this one, that time I have selected wrong update set. Data will be captured in wrong update set. So while moving it to another instance, whatever the record producer modification you have done, that will also be moved to test environment along with the catalog item details. So that is wrong because we need to move only catalog item information there. So before moving that, we need to check those information also, like whether we have captured the correct things or not. So we will see now. Now I will make the demo update set. I will go to problem. Maybe for the category field. There are few options here in category: software, hardware, network, database. So these are all the options. Now I wanted to add another option here, like department, maybe. I will add it in. Consider this is a development environment and this is a testing environment. Now I am not coming to testing environment. I am just doing my work in development environment. So I wanted to add a choice option here. So I'll go to configure choices. Maybe I will add department here. I will save it. Whatever the data I have done here now, it was captured in demo update set. And now if I click on this one, view current update set, under customer updates, you can see this update is created on this particular time. type choice list because I have made the changes on choice field, right? Like category is a choice field. So it shows type choice list. Target name it shows problem category. That means this is a field. On problem category field, I have made the changes updated by admin. What action I have taken, it will just show insert or update. So this is an action actually. If you particularly open this one, this is an XML format. This will be called as payload. This is an XML format. Whatever the changes I have done, the changes are recorded like this. As of now, clear?
Yes.
Okay, what is this chat? Clear. Okay. Mm, now, if at all I am working on problem, by mistake I have selected demo update set 2, then those problem details can't be captured in the problem related update set. It will capture in other one. That time we need to make sure like we shouldn't be moved that part. If at all consider this is a wrong update set, you have this is a wrong update in your update set. So what we'll have to do, just click on this one. No, just open this one. Here update set you can see, right? You can make it to default global. You can make it back to default. So the best practice is we need to make it back to default update set so it won't affect in test environment while moving. The update set will be the update will be removed from your update set, but it is still stays in your dev environment. We should not remove, like we should not delete uh, update. Here if you click on this under actions, you can get delete option also, but it is not a best practice to delete any update from the update set. If this particular update is not required for you, then you can make it back to default. That is the best practice. And now like this, you work your complete requirement here in dev environment. Consider your work is complete. That time you need to make state to completed. Before making state to completed, we will have to make sure all the updates are captured under this particular update sets. Everything is perfect. Then you can make it as complete. Save. The update set demo update set was closed by you. So automatically default update set will be added as a current one. You can see now default will be added, and whatever the update set we have closed, that will not be visible again here in the list to select, because only in progress things will be show up here. Now I have closed this one. To get into the another instance, we have two ways to get it. The first way will be, you can see export to XML here. So you can click on export to XML. One file will be downloaded. Whatever the data here we have captured, that will be downloaded in XML format. Now I will go back to this one. This is considered, this is a test environment now. So I will search for retrieved update sets. Under system update set, I can search for retrieved update set. In dev environment, here local update set, you will go through local update set. You create these things and complete the status. And now for the test instance, you are going to retrieve it. Whatever the data is there in development environment, You are going to retrieve that. So you need to search retrieved update set. As of now, there's no data. You can see here import update set from XML. You can either click on this, or here you can see import XML. You can click anywhere of these three dots. Import XML option will be coming up. Same import XML you can click, or you can click on import update set from XML. And now it will ask you to select the file. Which file? Now this is the file I just downloaded. So I have selected that. Next, upload. Now you can see demo update set name. It has been retrieved in test instance. The state shows loaded. That means whatever the data is there in dev environment for that particular update set, that is loaded into this particular one. Now we will have to open this one. We have some other work as well here. First, once open, let's see whether we did get all the information here or not. Suppose in dev environment you have 20 updates. Consider you have 20 updates. Once loaded, you need to check all 20 updates are coming up here or not. Here I have only one update, so one is coming up. Similarly, if you have 20 updates, you need to check all 20 has come up or not. So if it is done, your next step would be click on preview update set. This means whether the work completely whatever you have done there, that is completely coming up here or not. Then if you have any errors, any overlapping things, that time you will get an error here. Once you get any error, it will show you what exact data you have to modify, and you will need to do those things. And now I didn't get any error. It is success. So preview update set is fine. Before going to that, let me go to problem. I'll search for problem, create new. I'll make sure the update is not there yet. Under category, department is a new field, new choice option I have added. That is not there yet. Once I click on commit update set, that means you are committing the data, whatever you have get it here, you are committing to instance. So update set committed, it is success. Now I'll refresh this page. Department choice option has been added. I didn't do this configuration here in test environment, I mean this particular one, but through update set, I have got the information here. Similarly, for any service catalog item creation from scratch to end, you can capture the data in development environment and get into the test environment. This is one way. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. The other way would be similarly. I'll make one more change for any of the table, maybe problem.
So Shilpa, I mean, can you share some example what kind of that real time when you get to update something, what do you do instead of sending this spice field or something else? Any
Real
hands-on
time,
example?
the update set is not a real time work. I would say whatever the work you get, suppose any configuration changes for incident management also, or whatever the work you get to work on, first thing you need to do is a create update set, because you need to capture all the information here in update set and then move to further instances. So usually day on day your requirement would be maybe create a service catalog item, or maybe create a record producer, or maybe some other scripting issues, whatever. Already configuration things has been done, but only some issue has come up and you need to debug something. The debug things also, if at all you have only one capture to do, instead of doing that one thing updation directly in instances, the best practice should be create an update set, capture that in capture that in update set, then move the update set to other environment. In that way, whatever the data is there in dev, that will be there in test, and that will be there in production. All three instances will be similar. Coming to real-time requirement for update set concept, there is no specific requirement for this, because whatever the work you do, that should be saved somewhere. That saving place is update set. Got it? Confused?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. I'm just adding, I'm just selecting demo update set 2 as my current update set, and I'm doing some modification again for the same category field. I'm adding finance. I am capturing that in that update set. Yeah, finance is added here. Now I can see it is added in my customer updates field. Oh, sorry, this is the old one. Now if I click on this one, it is captured here. Now I'll go to complete, update. Okay, it has gone. Let me go to local update sets. I should have clicked on save. This is my one. Update set 2. Now I have this one completed. The other way for moving the data would be once you make the state as completed, come back to your test environment, search for remote instances. Under team development, you can see remote instances. Here in your real time, your your dev environment data will be added here, and you just since it is a PDI, we'll have to configure this. Here under remote instance, you will name it, like what is the instance, from which instance you are getting. Maybe I will mention dev instance, and you need to enter the dev instance URL here. This URL you need to enter, and username password has to be entered for this particular URL. I don't remember the password for this. Maybe username will always be admin here for PDI. A password.
Password, go back on dev count and click at your name, right there, information.
Somewhere I
I
can
see
see,
here.
right?
And click management instance password.
Yeah,
Manage. Mhm.
somewhere, yes.
And there is a password.
This is a username and password.
This is the password.
Password. We need to create the connection here. I will click on submit. Now connection is okay. If I click on this, here you can see retrieve completed update sets. So if you click on this, whatever the completed update sets are there in the particular instance, dev instance, if you wanted to retrieve only one particular update set, that time import update set from XML, that one you can click. If you click on retrieve completed update sets, whatever the completed update sets are all there, that can be coming here, that can be retrieved this side. So I will click on this retrieving update set. It is getting success. Then I will close it. Let me check. Let me refresh and see the update should have come up. Finance is not coming up. Retrieved completed update sets. Okay, it is still in preview state. So you can see here demo update set is also in completed state, right? Here in local update set stage, we have make it as completed. So that update set has come up, and demo, whatever the states completed in dev environment here, whatever the states are completed, that is coming up this side. Now this one I need to get it. Preview is over already. Now I will need to commit this. Once commit is success, now if I refresh this page, I'll get the field, whatever the option I have added. Finance, yeah. Category finance is added. This is what update set means. Any questions? Is it
Now
clear?
it's all okay.
Okay, Rubin, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, guys. Bye-bye. We'll connect tomorrow. Bye.